there's literally no affordable housing.
Yes.
And I think I heard somebody tell me the other day that houses on the east side, they're not even any for sale. And
Yes.
if they do go for sale, they basically get sold before they even hit the market.
Right. Yeah, so I'm actually looking for a house on the east side, and right now I do pretty well, right? I never imagined that at this point I would be priced out of my neighborhood, a historically black neighborhood. And so, for me, it's been personally, and emotionally frustrating. But, I think that what we need to do is we have a ton of state properties that, are filled with asbestos or, need to be remediated. But I think the city needs to work with their state. We do not do enough or well enough to get those state properties and start developing. And I think that, we have to have a plan for displacement in our housing plan. I think that we need to create more social and worker cooperative housing. We can, take certain houses and multi-families, and we need to also make it so the barrier for getting the housing programs are more accommodatable. Because right now, they're increasing the amount you can get for a first-time home buyer, but they're not increasing the income eligibility with the rate of inflation. Right. So, while our dollars is becoming less and prices are being hiked up by, greedy corporations, quite honestly, we are still held to the same income eligibility from 3, 4, 5, maybe 12 years ago. And so, what my salary may not be representative of what my living situation is. So I live in the University Heights, where Maya was shot and killed. And I've been looking to get somewhere with a multifamily so I can charge my electric vehicle at home, and I have not had any luck. I've went and looked at 3 different apartments that were in multifamilies. I filled out the application at that moment, and before I got home, I was told it was already taken. 3 times in a row.
Yeah.
And in those 3 places, I was lucky to even find something that was, affordable and that was available. So these houses are being sold within days. Yeah. These apartments are being rented out within days. And quite honestly, most of them don't even get posted. We need to create a registry so everyone's mandated to put anything that's for rent or for sale in one registry, so we're not having, these situations where people are being priced out and people are just helping their buddies instead of their neighbors. And I think we need to redo our entire zoning code.
Yeah.
We need to do form first, use second zoning.
Yep.
What that is it says, we are going to regulate from the sidewalks to the street to the facade of your home, but what you do inside of your home is your business. So, the idea that we're losing the historical vibe of our community is not true.
Right.
We would still, if you have a single family home, it will look like a single family home still, but if you want to make it a multifamily on the inside, that is less regulated. So it still would have use in it, but it would be more pertinent to like Hope Street, where, we want businesses to be on Hope Street. And so some areas could still have use, as a stipulation, but I think that should be based on community benefits agreement. And I think the hard work should be done of, convincing and talking to folks one by one in order to push against that.
That's interesting. That's what they do in Europe a lot. Right?
Yes.
Because you have these old, beautiful historic places,
Mm-hmm.
and then it looks like an old shanty village or something.
Right.
And you walk in, and it's like this modern apartment.
Right.
It looks really amazing inside, and you're like, wow, that doesn't look anything
It
like...
doesn't look anything like it, but it still allows for the community to grow.
Yeah.
It allows for people not to be displaced. And we do this across countries in America as well.
Yeah, right.
The biggest issue is the funding to do the rezoning.
Yeah.
And, our state legislators say that, housing is one of their number one concerns. And so they can work with us to get us the funding to make that happen. And, that would be a top priority of me, is lobbying our state legislators one by one to help give funding for the entire state, honestly, but Providence as well, to be able to do our rezoning our code.
Yeah, I sometimes hear objections to new areas of affordable housing being, well, there's no buses that run there. But I always think to myself, why not just make a bus run there?
Right.
I don't understand. I never understand it. So we want to build this out in the middle of where there's no buses. I'm like, okay, let's get some buses there.
Right.
You know, all we have to do is send a bus 6-8 times a day to an area.
Right.
And so they've got bus service. And I've never quite, I don't know, I'm still working that one out.